Hello, welcome to Football United TV. I'm Matt King, and I just really wanted to give you a quick update on the news of what happened last night between Montenegro and England in Podgorica. Danny Rose was subject to a lot of chanting from the crowd, from the Montenegro crowd, and monkey chants. And yeah, he took it very well, to be fair. The whole team took it very well. Because I don't know if anybody remembers, I think it might have been about 8 or 9 years ago, there was a big incident between England under-21s versus Serbia in Serbia. And there was a lot of racial chanting going on there. And Danny Rose kicked the ball into the crowd, and he was sort of applauding as he went off to their crowd, sort of saying, yeah, like, I'm black and I'm proud, which anybody should be proud of just being themselves anyway. Yeah, of course, but I'd have done the same thing. And they reckon he stirred it up a little bit last time, but, it affects people when you get abused because of the colour of your skin, It's a disgusting feeling to have someone throw that upon you when you're trying to perform on a football pitch. 11 men against 11 men. It doesn't matter about what race you are. So yeah, last night, obviously Sterling, when he scored, looked up into the Montenegro crowd and sort of like applauded and sort of like, yeah, I did it, Them monkey chants that you're chanting at me, I just scored a goal with 5-1 up or whatever at that time. So yeah, well done to Sterling as well. Like, takes a lot to be able to just take that on the chin, because that sort of behaviour, not only in football, but in life, in your societies, it's not acceptable. You judge someone on their character, you judge someone on their personality. You don't stoop down as low as that to judge somebody on the colour of their skin. That's rubbish. And if you do, shame on you as well, by the way. And I hope you don't, anyone that's watching this. Because that's just low. You don't deserve any respect from anybody if you treat anybody like that. So I'm hoping that maybe UEFA and FIFA possibly put a ban maybe on towards clubs like this, because there was also, I think Russia got a fine for monkey chanting last year, or I think it might have not have been Russia. It might have been a Russian club. It might have been St. Petersburg, to be fair, and they were fined, I think, something silly like 10,000-20,000 euros. And a club it might have been in Greece, they got fined the same amount for a cat running on the pitch. So that just sort of shows you that they're not doing enough about it. And they should do a lot more about it. They should even go as far as maybe even banning the team from playing in qualifiers if their fans are not educated and, I don't know, told not to do this sort of stuff maybe at games, that it's not acceptable. And most places on the world map, they don't acknowledge that sort of behaviour. But at the same time, obviously, England has its problems too, and they need to sort that out as well. Especially recently, Chelsea, I believe Millwall have had problems with it recently as well, and it just needs to stop. So yeah, let's hope that FIFA and UEFA can do something about it, and not just fine people, actually put the law down and stop teams from playing if it continues. And it's a shame as well, because it took away the whole point of England winning 5-1, great performance from them. So yeah, it's kind of good though in a way, because it gets publicity, and more publicity about it, hopefully the more education and the more people understand and see it from both sides. Like, some of the people, obviously, in some certain countries, they're not educated and they're not brought up to know that value of respecting another person, no matter what colour they are. So let's educate a little bit more, and yeah, hopefully that gets cut out of the game. What else was I going to talk about? There also is some news on possibly a German club, possibly Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund, buying Naby Keita from Liverpool, and they've only just bought him recently. And he was meant to be the next best thing. Amazing skills, can definitely play football, great passer of the ball, good vision, and can score goals as well. He definitely was doing very well at RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga. And he was doing so well that Liverpool even said they'd wait a year and give the money up front. And now they're considering, not that they're going to do it, but they're considering on selling him back to the Bundesliga, to possibly them two clubs, Bayern Munich or Dortmund, and probably losing 10, 15 million pounds on the deal. I personally think Liverpool should give him another year. I don't think a year's long enough for someone to get used to the Premier League. Some people can get straight into it. Some people, it does take a little time. You got to look at players, I guess, Patrice Evra, Vidic. I'm talking about Man United here, of course, but you know, they took a little time. Everybody thought they wanted them out, they weren't going to fit in, and then they end up being legends. It happens a lot. A lot of clubs get that. I think even with Thierry Henry, it might have took a little bit of time for him to adjust. And when he finally did, then the rest is history. So I don't think that's good for Liverpool to get rid of him. But then it's just they're considering it. And this is a source also from German newspapers and obviously people close to these clubs that say they're interested. So if you're reading it in The Sun and everything else today, and the Daily Mirror and Daily Telegraph, whatever you read in British paper, they're pretty much just regurgitating what German news media have said. So it definitely is a good source. So that's pretty much about it. Obviously, we've got some big games coming up at the weekend. Premier League's back. I'm going to hopefully talk to a buddy in Madrid, and we're going to talk about La Liga, going to talk about a few other things. He also went to the sort of the equivalent of the South American Champions League final between Boca Juniors and River Plate, which was held in Madrid. So we'll talk about that. And he's an Aston Villa fan as well, so we'll talk about Aston Villa and his thoughts on them possibly getting promotion. And yeah, hopefully that will happen. And we're going to speak to Dan again on Monday to talk about the Arsenal game. We'll probably do like a match reaction for that. So yeah, it's a big month coming up, big games. Champions League is very big. Man United versus Barcelona, Liverpool, Porto, and of course Tottenham, Man City going head to head. They should be really good. And of course Europa League as well. That's coming up as well in the next few weeks. So a lot of good football coming in. It's the final full month as well. So it's very exciting times. There's that competition now for fourth place, which I've not seen I don't think I've ever seen a big competition for fourth place. There's like 4 or 5 clubs there that are like trying to scrape to get Champions League. So it's quite interesting. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Before you ask, yeah, I'm wearing a Barnet FC shirt. Non-league. They weren't non-league, but they are now, and they probably will go down even further because they're doing so crap. But I got Davids on the back. Edgar Davids. If you remember Edgar Davids. Glasses, Juventus, Ajax, and Barnet. Player manager. Genius. Was so glad that I saw at least him play 90 minutes a fair few times for Barnet. You know what I mean? Like, just someone as a kid I looked up to as a football player. Definitely a legend, and that's, yeah, Barnet. Love Barnet. Love Barnet, and of course I'm a Man United fan, and I love Watford too. I followed Watford for a very long time. Used to get free tickets at school when I was at primary school to go and watch their games, so obviously it was a very nice touch from the school and from the football club, to be fair. So how could I not follow them and like them? You know, they gave me that opportunity to see a decent team in our local county, because there's not really too many. So yeah, that's it really for me today. I'll be back again. When will I be back? Maybe Friday night to give you some updates on Premier League, but we're probably going to update Saturday morning and do a preview of the day's games and the weekend's games. And until then, if you're in the south anyway, enjoy this sunny weather, because it's beautiful, very beautiful, because I know apparently it's going to get cold. So thanks to global warming. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please subscribe. It won't hurt you. I promise it won't hurt you. No notifications. You won't get nothing. Just subscribe. That's all you got to do. And then it attracts more people to the show. Thank you very much, and goodbye.